course, right as I start the show, I get fire sauce in my eye. My left eye is slightly burning. I texted Maddie because she's also a Taco Bell fanatic, and I said, well, I just got fire sauce in my eye. Live Moss, apparently. I guess. It would suck to be on Hot Ones, have the last dab sauce, accidentally put that in my eye. You could go blind doing that, can't you? If you have like 4 million Scovilles of heat in one sauce go right to your eyeball, it would hurt. It would burn so bad. This fire sauce, luckily it's dying down now. What a stupid mistake. What a first world problem. I got fire sauce in my eye. I know what you're thinking. Peaches, you shouldn't have gone to Taco Bell. My parents got me a gift card for Easter to Taco Bell, and I've been trying to save up as much money as possible or not spend as much because payday is coming up soon, and I want to wait for that. I need to wait for that. I can't spend anything right now. My whole weekend is going to be rather boring. Payday's on Monday. I'm pretty sure this weekend I'll just be staying at my place, cleaning up as per usual. I wish I could go out and do something. Maybe I can go out and chat, but not buy anything. Can't buy an expensive drink or anything like that. But anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Usually on Sundays, I like to go extra crazy with my dinner, do something fun in the crock pot. Can't do that this weekend because all those ingredients last Sunday, I tried making a beef broccoli dish, and it was good. I wish the sauce was thicker and more tangy, but it was decent. But all those ingredients, man, it cost me like $30, and I hated that. Had to buy all the brown sugar, the cornstarch, the soy sauce, follow the instructions. Anyway, at some point this afternoon, speaking of money, I'll be calling people even more so. Besides calling people, there will be one time this afternoon that I ask for caller 20 for the KBEAR 101 Secret Sound powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Listen for that cue to call, and it's not just yet. Not now. Do not call now. It's going to be a little bit later on. You'll hear it when I say it, all right? Peach's Pit Party will continue here in just a few on KBEAR 101. Here we go. Another question that I'll most likely ask for to Peach their own later this afternoon. What's something you bought as an adult because you weren't allowed to have it as a child? I can't really think of anything, to be quite honest with you. Most of the time, I would tell my parents I want something, and maybe at some point they'd get it for me, or they'd be like, you know what? I've heard stuff about it. It's not good, not any good. You can just pass up on it, and I took their word for it. But this one person said, I buy my kids a lot of Play-Doh and other messy things that my parents wouldn't buy me because the house always had to be presentable in case the queen was coming over. That was something with my parents, too. It still is to this day. The house has to be 100% clean. I think the most annoying part, and part of me is, this is awful to say, part of me is sort of glad the dog Daphne is gone because she would lose her mind anytime someone got close to the front door. Not ring the doorbell. Anytime someone got close to our front door, even in our front yard, and she was sitting there at the window, she'd bark up a storm. And I think she was like 70% of the reason why my parents hated people coming over. I mean, I've talked about it before. Like, they used to have to, like, arrange meetings outside with people. If they knew someone was headed over, they'd be like, okay, I'm going to head out the side door. I'll meet you in the middle of the cul-de-sac because our dog will go crazy. And my mom never trained her at all. Now she's real quiet because she's in a box in the living room, but, you know, that's besides the point. What's something you bought as an adult because you weren't allowed to have it as a child? A guitar. It wasn't that I was forbidden from having one. We just couldn't afford one. Well, that's different. Model rockets, dinosaur bed sheets, and pillowcases. I first bought them in my 50s. I mean, you might as well have fun with it, right? Have the dinosaur bed sheets now. Who cares? You're going to try to, like, bring someone over and they're like, ew, dinosaur bed sheets, what are you, 5? Don't hang out with those people. It is indeed the final day of Idaho Gives. I'm looking at idahogives.org. It looks like we are currently sitting at close to $4 million raised for 621 nonprofits right here in the state of Idaho. Over 10,000 donors. That's awesome. Love to see that. If you haven't heard about anything related to this, this year I decided to help support the Snake River Animal Shelter. Viktor once again supported the Pocatello Free Clinic. You could help raise money for the nonprofits we chose to support, or you can decide which one you'd like to support yourself just by going through either the shortcut within the app, the KBEAR app. There's also the Alt app, the Cannonball app that you can hit Idaho Gives right there in the menu. It'll take you directly to idahogives.org. You can find whichever nonprofit you'd like to donate. Anything helps, really. I mean, Idaho Gives 2025 wraps up today. After today, it's done and over with, but it's still awesome to, support these Idaho nonprofits as much as you can. They do wonderful things. And I think the top one, I talked about it yesterday, was the Wood River Land Trust. Has the most money raised for it, close to $200,000. What's the Peregrine Fund, World Center for Birds of Prey? There's the Boise Bicycle Project. It helps to read. The site, idahogives.org, is on the far left computer screen. And from here, it looks like Ray's Bicycle Project, but no, it's Boise. idahogives.org. Donate what you can for Idaho Gives 2025. Don't you love it when radio stations, stereotypical radio stations, like I know every station in LA, New York, every friendly mom and pop station, the ones that soccer moms listen to, for a fact they're taking this very seriously. I'm more so joking about it. May is National Salad Month. Yippee. Woohoo. So this goes on to say, so what instantly ruins a salad for you? Was this on Ask Reddit? Let me click on the link. It was posted 2 years ago. Whoever's in charge of the radio prep, I'm sure they went to Reddit and said, what's a good question revolving around a salad? And they went to Ask Reddit and typed in the keyword salad, and that was the first question that popped up with 11,000 comments. They're like, you know what? Boom. That's the question you should ask for National Salad Month. That will really generate a conversation on the air. Well, here's what people had to say. This guy said, my wife puts ketchup on hers. I want to vomit every time I see it. Catalina dressing sort of looks like ketchup, so I don't think it's all that weird. Doesn't taste like ketchup, but who cares? A wilted, slimy salad, no kidding. Pieces so big you have to cut it up before you can eat it. Who cares? To a first world problem right there. Oh, my salad pieces are too big. Too much or too little dressing. Now, I'm the guy that I'm very finicky when it comes to cereal with milk. You need the right amount of milk when it comes to cereal. But with a salad, the more dressing, the better. The better. Yeah. And then I see E. coli here for what instantly ruins a salad. I think I had that. There was a particular salad bar at a store that I went to. I'm not going to name that store. But I had the worst, let's say, sickness exiting process I have ever had. It was concerning. Lasted for a couple of weeks, and I went to the doctor, and of course, the day that I go to the doctor, it went back to normal. Thankfully. Shaquille O'Neal has kept busy since retiring from the NBA almost 15 years ago. Man, I feel old even saying that. He's a panelist on Inside the NBA, one of the best shows on television, in my opinion. He's also a pitchman for a bunch of products. He's also enjoyed a DJ career and being a police officer. And now he's adding general manager to his resume. Shaq has signed on to be the GM of the Sacramento State men's basketball program. He'll join the program in an unpaid, voluntary capacity and work with his son, Shaquille O'Neal, who recently transferred to Sacramento State as a player. Jose Altuve has batted leadoff for the Houston Astros, for most of his 15 seasons with the team, but he asked to be given another spot in the batting order this month. Altuve moved from second baseman to left field this season, and he discovered that running in from the outfield after the top of the first inning takes much longer than the stroll from second base. Altuve said, I just need 10 more seconds to get ready for that first at-bat. So the Astros moved him to second, and he hit a home run during his first at-bat in the two-hole. I'm sure he cheated hitting that home run, too. The Utah Hockey Club is going to unveil a new official team name soon, but they might have accidentally revealed it on YouTube. Of course they would do something like that. Fans were given 3 options to vote on at the start of this year: Hockey Club, Mammoth, and Outlaws. Most people expected the name to be announced later in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But a fan spotted that the team's YouTube channel had changed its name to the Utah Mammoths, which seems like a big clue as to how the voting turned out, right? That is, if I kind of like the Utah Mammoths way better than the Utah Hockey Club. And the Utah Outlaws, that feels like an oxymoron. You don't really see many outlaws in the state of Utah nowadays, really. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on KBEAR 101. Every year I see this right at the beginning part of May, that it's now No Mow May. It's a movement that'll help your yard and the bees, the idea behind No Mow May is that you won't mow your lawn for the entire month, which means the grass will grow, lawn flowers will bloom, and native bees will emerge from hibernation, feast on the local pollen. It's good for the bees. You want to save the bees. If you choose to participate, says here, they suggest informing your neighbors. You also want to check your local HOA to make sure that you won't get fined for extremely tall grass heights. I would be the pettiest dude on the planet if I had an HOA trying to come after me. I would do anything in my power to make their lives absolutely miserable. Same with that snooty neighbor that decides to be like, your grass is a little tall there, Brendan. Oh, I would put all the grass clippings all over the front door. I would do all this stuff just to be the worst neighbor possible. It's a whole you push, I shove type of situation. Most HOAs start having a problem if the lawn extends past 8 or 10 inches tall. If you can't participate fully, maybe consider just cutting back on how often you mow during the spring. Every little bit will help the bees thrive. You can just, how about this? If anybody gets upset with you that you're growing your lawn extremely tall, cut little pieces off, get those grass clippings, and maybe just write save the bees with those grass clippings on their front porch. That will send them a message, and you're still petty at the same time. So imagine paying hundreds of dollars to cremate your beloved pet, only to find out that the ashes you got back were fake. Because the actual bodies, this is going to get real dark, the actual bodies were tossed into a landfill behind a funeral home. That's not a metaphor. That's just Pennsylvania this week. This guy in charge, who looks exactly how you'd expect a guy named Patrick Vereb to look, allegedly told grieving pet owners their animals were handled with care, while he was basically playing a live-action version of a dumpster fire. He even blamed the freezer. They wouldn't go in, he said. I don't want to get too dark with this. So if you've recently sprinkled your pet's ashes somewhere meaningful, if you're listening to us from Pennsylvania through the KBEAR app and you recently lost a pet and you went to this guy to get your pet, taken care of, you might want to double check. You didn't just bless your grandma's garden with barbecue charcoal or something like that. Not next week, but the week after, it is going to be extremely busy, at least for me. Next Tuesday, not this upcoming next Tuesday, the Tuesday after, May 13th, I got my ticket the day that Viktor and I were talking about Doug Stanhope coming to Idaho Falls with Andy Andrist. I bought my ticket, going to go see those guys. It'll be fun to see those dudes again. Last time I saw them was, 2021? Maybe? No, 2022? Yeah, 2022, I think, when they were at Hurricanes. It wasn't Andy Andrist. It was someone else with Doug Stanhope, and that was a fun show. That was a great time. So, yeah, there's that Tuesday, May 13th, and then May 17th, there is there's a lot of numbers with this title. You ready for this one? The 26th annual Second Chance Classy 97 Prom with Browning's Honey. That's happening Saturday, May 17th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the waterfront at Snake River Landing. You can buy your tickets by simply going to riverbendmediagroup.com, and you can go to the Classy link there and all that. You can also, I'm sure, download the Classy 97 app if you'd like. And it'll have the Second Chance Prom option right there to click on and buy your tickets. And tickets are half priced on Fridays. And guess what? Today's Friday. So you can get 2 tickets for $5 instead of 10. The 26th annual Second Chance Prom. I'll be at that as well, of course, the entire time working that event. And then the day after, we got that Seether show at the Mountain America Center. Seether, POD, non-point. We might do one more ticket giveaway for that show coming up next week. Just a major hint right there. I should have mentioned this during the Shot Clock Sports Update earlier today. This guy, this attendee, this fan at PNC Park during the Pirates-Cubs game, he fell from the right field bleachers about 21 feet down, landing on the warning track near the Clemente wall. The fall happened right after Andrew McCutchen hit a 2-run double in the 7th inning. Emergency personnel responded immediately. The game paused for about 10 minutes. Medical teams attended to the man, who was then transported to the Allegheny General Hospital in critical condition. Yeah, all the players took a knee to kind of pray for the guy. I mean, to be quite honest with you, everyone's probably going to assume this guy was just wasted, and leaned a little too far forward to maybe take a picture or something, fell all the way down. There was an article that I saw about the entire thing that popped up that gave us the most unflattering angle of the guy. This poor dude, he fell no matter how inebriated, if he was inebriated at all, just fell 21 feet, can almost die, most likely injured his spine, I'm assuming, because the picture that I saw was him laying down on his back with his legs like wide open. It was an awful angle. And the camera guy got the picture from like the feet up. So you just see the worst. I'm not going to go to detail on what it looked like, but you'll get the picture. You get the picture, right? Right. So get this. In Michigan, a state trooper found $5,000 in cash just lying in the middle of the road. Not a wallet, not a bag, just straight up $5,000 sitting there like it was waiting for an Uber. It was waiting for someone to find the jackpot. Now, here's where it gets hilarious. The trooper does the right thing, tracks it back to a guy who had just pulled the money out of the bank. So he calls the guy to return it. How is he able to trace it like that? Anyway, the dude, he calls the guy to return it. The dude hangs up multiple times. Why? Well, because he thought it was a scam. Imagine losing $5,000 and then screening the one call that's actually trying to give it back. At a certain point, that's not fraud prevention. That's just Darwin taking the wheel. Eventually, the guy stayed on the line long enough to realize it was real, got his cash back, and probably changed his voicemail to, "If you're trying to give me money, text me first." That type of thing. I wish I could be that calm if I ever lost $5,000 and be like, you know what? Maybe someone will find it and it'll make their day. Here's a great way to tell if someone is lying right away. A trial lawyer named Jefferson Fisher says never is a dead giveaway that someone's lying. Like if you ask, hey, were you texting and driving? And they hit you with, no, I never text and drive. They were definitely doing so, because here's the thing. Everyone has done it at least once, even if it's just to tell someone, I can't text, I'm driving. Same goes for always. Like when your ex says, I always told you the truth. Yeah, and I always enjoy jury duty. So next time someone hits you with the, I would never do that, just know they definitely did that. Probably twice. Victor, I hope you're ready for May 3rd, this Saturday.
May 3rd. All right. I looked around to see if anything exciting was happening.
Why is your mic off?
I don't know.
It's on here. Oh.
There we go.
Much better.
All right. King of the board. That's okay. I've took us off air today.
Dumb, stupid peaches.
Well, that's kind of one of the key factors in being a radio DJ. You got to be kind of dumb. So
I was watching an old Howard Stern radio segment, and Gary's across the studio throwing numbers up to Howard because Howard's manning the board, and one of the guys was on mic 2, so he put up the 2 sign and that type of thing. We should have that type of hand signaling in here.
Mic 2, pages, program 2.
There we go. There we go. Well, May 3rd. I guess. How's the weather on May 3rd? Let's check this out.
Hot.
That's the first day of the Idaho Falls Farmers Market.
Oh, dude, it's looking like a high of 80 degrees that day. Perfect day to get out to the farmers market nice and early.
I'm glad I was able to get my snow tires off last Saturday.
Yes, it's going to be hot. I think I might be dragging air conditioners out in the next day or 2.
Whoa.
Yep.
Well, good for you.
I mean, if it gets up to 80, that's too darn hot.
I wish I had one of those.
I gave you one.
Yeah, but then I had to give it to Katie.
You didn't have to.
Did you give me one, or no? A listener gave me one,
and I gave you one, or I offered you one, but it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
Yeah. So, I'll keep my eyes open. If I see any of those floor units, they're probably not going to be on sale right now. Well, it's more of a winter time deal.
There's no money for that right now, unfortunately. I'd have to hide it under my shirt or scan it as a tomato, then run.
Yeah. Got to watch Fat Kid deals. That's where they pop up every now and again.
All right.
That's where I found one for $70.
Well, in radio, they always like to celebrate the dumb holidays. Like May is National Salad Month for some reason.
Or
mentioned that, but Saturday, May 3rd is Naked Gardening Day.
All right. Well, you know what I'll be up to.
That's what I was saying. You're the one with the garden here. I'm not. I have a little grass patch outside my place that's not mine.
Yeah, you don't have to mow it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm getting the lawnmower out, and I'm going to be wandering the front yard and backyard completely naked Saturday.
It proves my point even more so. It's always people who celebrate stuff like this that you never want to see naked.
Well, ever. Yeah, because they generally get gawked at. If you are the type of, that someone would want to see a naked, well, nobody wants to see a naked man.
Well, you're also the guy that's like, oh, you should go to a naked nude resort.
Yeah, it's fun.
How many attractive people are there?
It's not what it's about, though. You're not checking people out.
You're seeing that gross stuff as you're trying to eat.
I'm not grossed
put that away.
I'm not grossed out by naked people.
So you're telling me if you saw Jade walking naked at a nude resort and you're sitting there eating,
I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't, Peaches.
I would.
I wouldn't.
I'd be petrified.
I went to the nude resort with the boss from my other job, who is an older man.
No.
He's an older man. And I hung out with him naked, drinking some beer by the pool in the desert.
Hopefully the GM here does not get any ideas.
I don't know. I don't know the new GM very good, but if Jade wanted to go to the nude resort, I'd go.
Guys,
sure.
We're introducing new members to our staff. We're going to go ahead and...
It's not like you sit there and stare at their junk, Peaches. You just hang out and enjoy the heat. You literally hang out. Dude, if I didn't think I would get arrested, I'd totally wander around my yard naked. Who knows? Maybe I've been in my yard naked. I'm not saying. There's a fence.
The fuel to our nightmares. I talked about this during the 2 p.m. hour. I think I did say that I was going to ask it for to peach their own later on in the show. What's something you bought as an adult because you weren't allowed to have it as a child? My first car. I mean, sure. That's what someone wrote. Matt wrote that. Andrew, like everything with the laugh emoji. Okay, great answer there. Thanks. Tom put Play-Doh. A dirt bike from Stuart. Lisa's answer, brand name cereal, not the store brand crap, Fruit Loops. I grew up with the actual brands, but now I'm resorting to the Walmart brand, which, by the way, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Walmart brand Pop-Tarts, so much better than actual Pop-Tarts. Just saying. What's something you bought as an adult because you weren't allowed to have it as a child? Let me know, 208-535-1015 for to peach their own. KBEAR, what is happening?
Hey, I'm calling in to answer your question of the day.
Yeah, what's something you bought as an adult because you couldn't buy it as a child?
Alcoholic beverages.
Well, I would hope so.
You know what, man? I love the bars and karaoke and stuff like that. Like, I'll go out to, like, Pockets on Sunday nights, go sing some karaoke. Man, it is a good time.
Pockets, where's that at?
That's, I think it's down Northgate.
All right.
Yeah, it's right next to the Burger King over there, I think. It's either a Wendy's or a Burger King. I'm pretty sure it's a Burger King. But yeah, I love going there on Sunday nights, man, for karaoke. There's plenty of other bars in town that I do as well every once in a while. But yeah, Pockets is definitely my top favorite one.
Yeah, I actually decided, like, last Saturday when the Tom Segura show happened, afterwards, I was like, you know what? I don't feel like being at home. I'm going to go out. And so I went to Ford's Bar, out of all places, and they had the DJ going, and the entire time I had to scream talk to everybody because you just heard nothing but DJ party music in the background. And it was, yeah, that was an okay time, to say the least.
Man, that is a bar vibe. You know what? What I always think is it's always best to go with a group of people. That way you aren't there just by yourself. I mean, even if you are just by yourself, though, it's all about talking with people and meeting new people, maybe making some friends along the way. You know, like that's really all that it's about. It's not even totally about the alcohol at that point.
Right, 100%. I don't know if you saw the video of me on our social media pages, but there's a good video that Josh from Classy took of me across the way at the Mountain America Center where I look all alone, and I feel like we should just make that a series. Peaches alone at different areas, and I feel like we'll be doing the same thing if I ever go to the bar by myself and someone records me in the corner just sitting there drinking my water.
Man, Peaches, I'm gonna say hi to you if you're ever at the bar and I see you. I know exactly what you look like. I'm going to come over and say hi to you.
You better. Sounds good. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.